Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I've been depressed and also freelancing and doing odd jobs on the side, but mostly being depressed. You know, when you're out of a job and then your days start to turn into sleeping in until 2, waking up, taking a shower sometimes, and then like applying for jobs and then scrolling the internet, finding nothing, being uninspired, and then going back to sleep at around 4 a.m. to only do it for the next week and then the week after that, and it just rolls into a month, and then suddenly you've let yourself go, and depression is just a hole that you constantly are digging your. I'm sorry. So I've been a bit depressed, but good news, I'm moving to LA. You're like, Sarah, you're not gonna make it there, and that's really fucking mean because I'm not trying to become famous. I'm not like,
oh my god, I want to move to LA to become a big Hollywood star.
like, I'm just, people casually live in LA. You know, there are people who just like own a home. You know, they're like, oh, I have a house out here. That's what I want to be, you know? Average. I actually did have another video planned. I have a couple videos planned, but since I'm moving and like almost all my shit is packed away, I don't really have, you know, the time and energy to research things and then lay it out in front of you. Because I had this whole idea about cancel culture, and then like it got so there's so many other things I want to do. You're like, Sarah, why the fuck do we care? Because I'm moving to LA and I found an apartment in LA. I found a roommate, and I think you might know who my roommate is, and I'm really excited to eventually do a video if she wants to, but I don't want to make this weird. So yeah, have a roommate, moving to LA. All I want to do is casually live out there, be a writer, do this shit on the side, you know, hopefully feel some inspiration. Like, I want something to punch me in the face. You know, like when you're so uninspired, you like want to go outside and someone just like punch you in the neck. And I know that I feel like, you know, if I surround myself with like-minded people or creative people, then it will help me do that. Yeah, that probably won't work out, but that's what I want to achieve in LA. And if it doesn't work out, I'll move after a year. And you're like, Sarah, shut up, get to the point. All right, yeah. So all I've been doing for the past like month is freelancing and cleaning my apartment, donating literally everything I own, recycling a shit ton. You're like,
Sarah, didn't you say the same thing in the I Got Fired video?
yes, because this is all I do. Like, I literally have gotten so fucking into recycling. No one cares, but I was watching interviews with that Greta girl, you know, the Swedish girl with the sign. I was like, damn, she like rides boats to places. She doesn't even take planes because she's so like environmentally conscientious. I was like, my apartment complex doesn't have recycling, and since I'm unemployed, I like roam the halls when everyone's not here, and I noticed that people put boxes and other shit outside. So like, I was like, it's not illegal to steal people's trash if it's outside their home, you know, like on public property. Since the halls of an apartment complex are not public property, but they are no longer an individual's property, I think it's fine to steal their recycling and break it down and then take it to the recycling center. I haven't found anything weird in people's recyclables, just their lacks of fucks for the earth. I know it's really creepy. I'm not stealing their garbage to like learn something about them. I don't want their shit to go to a landfill. And literally only 10% of things that can be recycled make it to like a recycling center. Okay, fuck this. Oh, wait, no, not done with recycling yet. I live in Greenville, South Carolina right now, and the city of Greenville does not recycle glass because recycling glass is too expensive. So if I wanted to recycle glass, I'd have to go to the town over. So to save the planet, I've been drinking boxed wine. I literally have the fiercest hangovers. And you're like, why don't you just drink like White Claw or beer or something? And I do, but you know, sometimes you just want wine. Imagine drinking boxed wine to save the planet. I'm doing it. Or I could just cut alcohol out altogether, but I refuse because I'm depressed. Oh my god. So I have no energy right now, so I literally tweeted to and posted on my Instagram. I was like, hey guys, are there any theater kids out there? Like, what are exercises that you do to like get yourself jazzed? Like, you know, like
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather.
to sit in solemn silence on a dull dark dock. Like, I've been doing that for the past 30 minutes before filming because I literally am so not used to filming. There are so many things I want to film, but I cannot film right now. Oh my god, I got my first brand deal, which will be coming up in the next video. Oh my god, I got my first 2 brand deals, which will be coming up in the next 2 videos. Okay, the second brand deal is kind of scandalous, and I'm really excited because I'm not a sexual person. But this brand was like, hey, do you want to try this thing? And I was like, you know what? I'm 25. I can talk about sex. You know, most of my audience is like older than 20. So like, why can't I talk about my body? I'm sorry. What else have I done? Burp, 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 burp. I went to the vet for Dobie because, okay, so this is what I'm worried about. I have to fly to LA with Dobie. I'm not going to put him in cargo and have him suffocate, and then I find him 5 hours later and I'm crying profusely at fucking LAX. I'm going to keep him in the cabin with me, but keep in mind, I live in Greenville, South Carolina, and there are no direct flights from here to LA, so I have to do a connecting flight, and the flight to LA already by itself is 5 hours. So I have to get to the airport early, do the connecting flight, wait during the connection time, and then fly to LAX, and then get my bags, and then get a fucking Uber. So that's a lot of time. And Dopey is so fucking nervous. When I drove from Virginia Beach to where I live now, which is a 7-hour drive, he meowed for fucking 7 hours straight. Literally, one meow every 4 seconds. I don't know if you're familiar with Chinese water torture, but Chinese water torture is where you drop a couple droplets of water on someone's scalp every couple seconds, but you do it over the period of days, and literally people go fucking insane because they count down the seconds between each droplet, and that's literally what happened when I was driving with Dobie from Virginia Beach. He would meow, and then I would count 4 seconds, and then he would meow again, and for 7 fucking hours, I literally had to pull over twice to scream. Not just cry, but scream, because I was about to lose my marbles, and I didn't want to take it out on my cat. He's nervous. He can't help it. With that in mind, I don't want to put him in cargo because he'll give himself a heart attack. He's just a big chunk, and I know that he'll like seize and die, and okay. So we went to the vet. He's all good. I got sedatives for him, so I am on a very, very, very tight schedule in terms of traveling with my cat.
Oh my god, we get it. You have a fucking cat.
Literally anything that you could say, like, oh, this cat needs before this gets on this flight, I literally have it. I called Delta. I was like, these seats, I want them. Okay, fuck it. And I'm nervous. And you're like, this is not important, but I have prepped so much to get Dobie to LA without him meowing. I don't want him to drive anyone else on the fucking plane insane. But yeah, love him. He's right there. So what else have I done? Oh yeah, I've donated mostly everything I owned. These couches are going to Habitat for Humanity. Most of my clothes and anything else that could be donated, like toiletries that were unused, went to women's shelters. Bed has to be picked up by the city though, because you can't really, there's no way to clean a bed. You know, it could be used, but it is an older bed. So, I accidentally ordered 2 beds last night and I got them shipped to my new apartment in LA, and I was like, called them. I was like, hey, I accidentally ordered 2. And they're like, oh. And I was like, what do you mean, oh? Can you cancel? Like, I don't need 2 beds. And they're like, why don't you just stack them? Why don't I just stack 2 mattresses? Like, the reason why box springs aren't comfortable is because, like, all they're used for is to support the main bed. Why would I have 2 beds on top of each? Why would I need that? And they're like,
oh, well, I mean, just when it gets to your apartment, take a picture of it unopened and send it back.
and I was like, why didn't you tell me that the first time? Oh my God, I went to the dump. The dump is so creepy. It's a 30-foot by 30-foot metal hole in the ground that funnels into this churning mechanism that rips apart the trash. And I was like, oh my God, I know people have been killed here. I know at least 10 people in the past week alone have been thrown into this fucking grinding hole. And so like the guy running the dump was like, hey, like, is any of that plastic? And I was like, I'm not gonna throw away plastic, sir. I recycle. He's like, all right. And then he looked at my shit. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. Is any of this your boyfriend's stuff? And I was like, no, they're not my boyfriend's stuff. But if you're asking me to like check if someone will come looking for me, if you kill me and throw me in this fucking hole, then the answer is yes. Eventually some people will come looking for me. Literally none of this matters, but I think I'm just talking out of my ass. Freelancing is the only thing like holding me to sanity. I swear to fucking God. Like I don't have a job, but like I've lined up a string of freelancing gigs where if you squint, I kind of do have a job. All that aside, I went on...
Sneeze, 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 sneeze.
All that aside, I went on Twitter and I asked you guys, what's the weirdest or funniest thing that happened to you during your move? So I'm gonna read some of that because like I'm sick of moving. You know, like when other people suffer and it's really comforting. Not like, oh, I never feel happy when I see someone suffer. I think it's when I'm suffering with one thing and then someone else is suffering with it as well. And it's like, you, me, we, all suck. So I'm just gonna read all these like funny moving stories and hopefully you think they're funny because some of them I read are really fucking funny. So the first one is by Serena, very gay. It says, I moved when I was 6 or 7 and I was heartbroken. The night before we moved, I tried to come to terms with the fact that I would have to leave all my things at the old house and use everything the people left at my new house. Okay, that's super innocent and actually super funny. Like that would be so fucking funny. Like that would be like it's like HGTV like wife swap, except like life swap, like life swap, where you just you're not married, you don't have any kids. I guess you could, but like you drop everything and then you just move a house over and then you just have to like live in all their shit. That would be a really fucking funny like series. Oh my god. I think I just came up with something. HGTV. Okay, this one is by Marchway. I lived on a houseboat with my 12 cats, so when I had to move to a new marina, the whole house moved with all of us on board. The look on their faces when I let them out the door. 12 cats on a houseboat is like the best thing I've ever heard. Oh my god, it just 12. Imagine a fucking houseboat and then just like everywhere. I love having one. Imagine having 12. And on a boat, they can't run away from you. Do you want to come here? Aww. This one is by Mel B. It says, when I moved out of my college apartment, my mom accidentally threw away 6 months worth of asthma meds. And a week later, we drove 3 hours to dig through a dumpster because it was like $1,000 worth of meds. Found them all, thankfully. Oh my god. To throw away $1,000 worth of asthma medication? Dude, asthma's serious.
You heard it here first, folks. Asthma is serious.
People die from asthma attacks. Okay, this one is by Rosetta Stone. Moved in with a rando whose parents were doomsday preppers. She had boxes and boxes of expired food, like 20 Kraft mac and cheese, 30 hamburger helper, 50 cans of Vienna sausages, was very possessive of her nasty sausages, and said my tapestry was tacky, lol. Imagine being a doomsday prepper and you're like, oh, you can't have that lava lamp in here. And you're like, is it because it's a fire hazard? And you're like, no, it's tacky. I like the idea that like a bunker has like a color palette and it's like, can you please not put that tapestry up? I know it's the end of the world, but is it the end of design itself? No. Get that shit out of here. This one is by Caitlin Wayne. I was kicked out of my mom's house when I was 17, and when she was packing my things, she took my condoms and handcuffs. And put them in a Ziploc freezer bag with $1 bills. Was a nice surprise when unpacking all my new place. Was the $1 bills like her telling you to like go be a stripper or something? Like, was it supposed to be rude? This one is by Emo Jojo fan number 916. We had been keeping my dishes in the garage before I moved into residence in first year. After I unpacked, I made myself a hot chocolate and almost swallowed a dead house centipede. Needless to say, I rinsed all my dishes before using them. Shouldn't you just do that beforehand? Ooh, look at this jacket that's been in storage for a year. I realize it's covered in dust, but why not wear it out immediately? I feel you should, if you wash your fruits and vegetables before you ingest them, you should wash the dust off the shit you take out of storage. But that's just me. This one is by Paul. It says, new place reeked of skunk. I couldn't stand the smell, so it called the prior owner and asked what was up. Apparently their dog was attacked the day they moved out. No further details. Took me 2 weeks to find and dispose of the mauled, dead skunk body hidden under their deck. This response is even more fucked up. Similarly, had to tear up the whole family room floor in the house. They hid the smell with candles and whatnot before the sale, but when we moved in, there was a horrible odor. Their dog was hit by a truck, and they brought it in, and it soaked into the floorboards as it bled to death. But how would it smell? Because I imagine that, like, death smells bad when when it decomposes. Like, unless this dog literally was left there and decomposed, would the house smell? Like, does blood smell? I imagine, things that get wet may get moldy, and then that may smell. But, like, I don't think a freshly dead animal smells bad, right? This one is by someone named Kay. Moving cross country on a time crunch to get there for my job, and on drive day 2, I got food poisoning so bad, but couldn't take an extra day, so I put a Walmart bag handles over my ears, so if I needed to throw up, I just tilted my chin down and puked in the bag instead of pulling over. I've done that. I've thrown up while driving. Like, I literally have gotten to a stoplight and, like, my stomach hurts so bad, opened the car door and threw up out the side. Okay, this one is by Pat Mickelwain. Was helping a friend move into a college apartment and backed into the wall. A naturally big hole appears. The landlord had literally put newspaper over about a 2-foot by 2-foot hole in the drywall and then painted over it. I just imagine like how much that would wreck your confidence if you touched backed into a wall a little bit and it ripped a 2-foot by 2-foot hole in it. You're like, am I fat as shit? Like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, what has happened to my body that, like, even the slightest touch against drywall just rips a massive hole into it? This one is by Emily Sabriel. While moving, I found a woman in my house looking through my things. She said the front door was open, so she thought it was an open house garage sale. And when I told her it wasn't, she asked if she could keep the box she had, which had my underwear in it. What if you walked into someone's house, you're like, oh shit, can I keep this? It's just all of their underwear. It's not even like their... Oh my god, imagine someone breaks into your house and instead of stealing your valuables, like, you just have no panties. You're like, oh my god, this is more inconvenient than anything. This one is by Darth Sidneus. Stayed in a hotel the night before moving in. Someone broke into the car with all my stuff in it that night, but was noticed almost immediately and had to run with what they had in hand. An old trumpet and all of my undies. What is... What is up with people just stealing underwear from people? You file a police report and they're like, what did they take from you, ma'am? Oh my god, my trumpet and all my panties. That blows. I'm sorry. This one is by Meg. It says, I was helping a friend move out of their apartment and we found like a lot of teeth, like human teeth. We had no idea where they came from and I can't remember if we left them or threw them away, but I think we threw them. Why would you just leave them? You walk into a room and there's just a corner full of human teeth and you're like, well, I guess we can put the couch over there. This one says, my mom didn't strap my bed down when we moved when I was 10 and it flew onto the highway and my mom got scared of going back. So I had to sleep without a bed for 6 months. What? Your mom's like, no, don't turn around. Why are you scared to go pick up your bed? Well, I guess it's on the highway. If it was like, you know, a highway through like Los Angeles, of course I wouldn't turn around. I'd let that bed cause like a 10-car pile up. But if it was like in the middle of nowhere, of course I'd turn around. Also, 6 months without a mattress? Jeez, just sleep next to your mom. Okay guys, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm really sorry for how long it's been since I posted. I've just been in a hole and trying to find work, trying to find happiness, or just some iota of joy. But with the move to LA, I'm hoping that I get out of this like stagnant plateau. I'm just moving across a plane of existence and I just want to feel shit. I'm excited to make this and edit this and make the next 2 videos that are coming out, and I really appreciate anyone who's stuck around this long. And special thanks to everyone on my Patreon. I need to start like paying attention. I've been neglecting my Patreon. I truly feel bad for that. If you want to subscribe to me on there, you can. I put out videos 24 hours in advance on there. I need to get back to that and work on them for a little bit. But yeah, subscribe to me on here. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. I reached 400,000 followers on TikTok, so that was nice. My biggest video to date is now about periods, so... Oh my god, hey, did you want some ice cream? You already ate ice cream? You fat slut. Oh my god, your skin. Did I do that? Ew. That's great. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing weekend, November. Bye.